agenda of fighting corruption. Because you begin by cleaning the system, you begin by cleaning what is within our own reach so that we can minimize on the expenditure and then increase or rather maximize on how we can profit from most of this.
So would you say that the government is committed to fighting corruption?
Yeah, government is truly committed to fighting corruption.
Then what explains the situation where we are seeing the different ministers that are being cited out in the scandals that we do have, you know, attending cabinet meetings, attending the functions that are, you know, of course, official?
Yeah, you see, different ministers have been cited. That's why you see that the president himself came out and said that with those particular ministers is going to give them political punishments or rather there's an action going to be
though they still have their positions.
So you of course you see you can't have your positions. It might not be like Europe where they will request you to resign, but of course, you know, with African setting, always everyone thinks that whatever that has been given to them should be a point of bread or basis where they can rely. But you know, the president is very tactical and he's a very calm man. He takes his time, and by the time he has assembled lots of information about a particular person, or I call it profiling. By the time he's done profiling you, then that is, you know, sound enough for him to take action on you. So with this particular issue about the ministers, I won't believe that he's at the, you know, forefront, and you know, let's only give him time. He knows what he's going to do.
You know, when you say let us give the president time, this takes me back to the other different corruption scandals Uganda has had in the past, with now the people that were in those scandals still even holding now, you know, bigger government posts. We have the current Minister of Security, that is General, you know, Jim Wezi, who was cited in a corruption scandal some time back. Now he is the Minister of Security and still holding a government position. But let us first, you know, shift away from that issue of corruption. We speak matters of the opposition boycotting different addresses. Last year, the opposition did boycott the State of the Nation address. This year, same thing happened, and they are saying that they will also be boycotting the budget process, that is reading out the budget to the nation. They say they'll also be boycotting. What does the government depict from, you know, these boycotts? What can the government learn? Where can the government correct themselves, be able to entice the opposition, which is supposed to be giving them advice or even critiquing their policies?
Of course, you see, any government, for any particular government to be able to sustain, you know, itself, there should always be both positive and then negative criticism. And of course, you see entirely, you can't fault government for each and everything. Sometimes as leaders we have to be tolerant. There should be a level of tolerance, and for those opposition leaders we should be looking at how they should take up the mantle to try and look at government rather as an initiative that is even serving their interests. Some of them rather are enjoying the same privileges that have been set for the other, you know, party members of parliament, right? So the NRM MPs. So for opposition to come out and then try and boycott some of these very important initiatives and events, of course, it shows a bad sign to the international community, or rather to the outside, you know, partners, that rather possibly there is a rift or division between the two in terms of ideological, you know, concept or so. But then, as government, we can't deviate from what interests the citizens. As leaders, they will handle themselves in that capacity. Possibly the boycott is also a sign to show that they could be dissatisfied with some of the rather the appropriations of taxpayers' money into the budget.
Or
of
even
course,
the happenings in the country.
Boycotting the presidential thing could also be an initiative that they are not possibly happy with the head of state in how he, you know, he runs or handles these things. But then, of course, like I told you, that with leadership there should be a level of tolerance. If you dislike or don't like a particular candidate, then you shouldn't show it publicly, because one, it serves the interests of the people. Everyone in your constituency that you are representing, or is possibly doesn't take it the way you are taking. You might not be a person that likes the particular head of state, but then there are people within your constituency that like him. and rather, you know, subscribe to his ideology and then also follow what he is doing.
Mr. Tim, the opposition, particularly the leader of opposition, said that one of the reasons why they are not attending the State of the Nation address and also other addresses is, one, they still have people, their supporters, who are incarcerated. Different people are incarcerated, abductions still going and taking place. Am I right? Are they taking place or they are not?
Of course, you know, whatever comes to the media always has to be considered. So whatever that has been faulted, that there are abductions, of course, you know, sometimes police, as part of government, comes and then acknowledges that there is this happening, but then we're trying to handle it.
No,